Good morning. It is April 2nd. You are with Dagger and DJ Jimmy J. We have a 10-game slate today. We've been cashing all around. I've cashed 3 nights in a row. Dagger's on a streak. We are going to hook you up with the plays tonight. We're going to get you rolling. There are so many studs on the mound today, but there's so many guys with unreal stats. Dagger, what's happening today?
What's up, Jay? Ready for a pretty big slate today. Feeling good. Super excited. Baseball's back every single night, and a lot of good games tonight. And I'm ready to just jump right into this one.
Yes, sir. Remember to check us out, guys, on Budget Baller DFS. That's our Twitter handle. Can't miss it. We got our Bitmojis. It's a profile pic. They are pretty accurate, I gotta say.
Gotta look.
Well, all right then. Tell you what, you want to start us off right off the rip with your weather news for? I know there's a couple games.
Yeah, it looks like the only game that really concerns me is the first game of the night, which is Philly at Washington. That's got a 50% chance of rain. There's some big players in that game, a lot of fantasy assets. So that's going to be one we're going to have to keep an eye on as it gets closer to lock. And then, of course, a late cap. Oakland has a chance of rain, but that doesn't look like it's going to hang around all night.
All right, awesome. Let's jump right on into pitchers then.
A lot of good ones tonight, Jimmy.
There are, look, we can talk about Scherzer, Verlander, Sale, Berrios, Ryu, but obviously any Joe Blow can pick one of them and succeed. So I'm gonna jump into some of the lesser plays for pitchers that you might enjoy. He's only 8,300. He pitched great against a lackluster Tigers lineup. Now he's playing against a lackluster Orioles lineup. Stroman at 8,300 isn't a bad play. I see him being pretty high owned though, just because of that fact. A guy I really like is Kyle Freeland for 7,900. He's going up against Tampa. If you want to take a shot on like a Zach Greinke for 7,600, that's cool. And the other one I have written down, he's only 7,000. Doesn't get a lot of home runs. Doesn't get a lot of Ks, but he just gets the job done. As Keller with the Royals. Checked out the Twins' averages against him, and they just suck when this guy pitches against them. And they're in Kansas City, so if you want to go cheap on a guy, take a chance on Keller. I'm totally cool with that. Dagger, what you thinking today?
Yeah, I don't like how you just skipped over all the studs because there's some importance behind this. So I guess I'll take the top half of the slate. If it doesn't rain out, Scherzer's obviously going to have his hands full with this Philly lineup. But since he's one of the premier guys in the league, I don't think you could really have much trouble plugging him in there. But I'm going to have to fade Scherzer tonight. I like Verlander a lot against Texas. I mean, Texas really is a weird lineup, but they strike out a ton. And Verlander crushes. I mean, that's what he does. He's been a machine for several years. I'm going to skip Sale because I'm going to come back to that shortly. Berrios was lights out on opening day. He gets a Kansas City lineup that has about as much pop as you in your prime. So they can't hit the ball out of the ballpark, but they're very, very fast. So if they get on, they're going to be trouble. But if Berrios can keep them off base, he should have a great start. Ryu against San Fran. I mean, I guess you could just plug in anybody you want against San Fran. They're absolutely terrible. And Blake Snell's got a very, very interesting start. He got tagged up pretty good against Houston on opening night, and tonight he gets Colorado, who have a lineup that could just explode at any time. So Snell's going to be a fade for me as well. The guy that I like a lot, and I don't want to be a homer biased, is Chris Sale. I mean, obviously he was terrible against Seattle, but a bounce-back game against Oakland is something that I might have to go after. His fastball has been down a couple miles an hour, but that's kind of how he does. He wants to get going early, get all his pitches together, and if he doesn't try to get too cute against Oakland tonight, he could really give you like 6 innings, over 10 Ks. That's it for the top half for me. I think if I had to put them in order, I would probably do Verlander, Sale, Berrios, and then Ryu. I'm kind of going to fade Scherzer because of his price. I'm probably going to fade Berrios. But what do you think on the top, Jimmy? I know you wanted to skip it, but talk to me about it. Like if you're going to build a lineup around a stud pitcher, who is it?
Well, what I was going to say is the magic number throughout the lineups today. I mean, there are so many dudes that are ranked right around 4,200. That's like the price today for like a solid player today. So when I'm trying to build my pitchers and maybe fill in like the catcher spot I might underpay for, I'm trying to build for around $4,200. So I might be going high on one guy and low on one guy. I mean, like I said, I just kind of skipped over the studs because anybody knows just to plug in Verlander. If you like Verlander today, plug him in. If you like Sale, plug him in. But Snell. I skipped over Snell, but when I think about it, there's so many lefties in that Tampa lineup. Like I could see him having a good game just because of all this lefty crap.
Yeah, I like his strikeout upside for sure. I just Colorado's one of those teams that you just like they could explode at any time and put up like 15 runs.
Literally, if they're hot, like they're going to just mash.
You think so? Yeah.
It's like again, just like I like Stroman, but I feel like everyone's going to buy into Stroman. Like, oh, he's playing Orioles. Oh, he's only 8,300, and he pitched great against the Tigers.
Yeah, Stroman at home is like almost a chalk of chalks. I mean, he's lights out when he pitches in Toronto.
And like I'm
You have
telling
any interest in Freeland tonight against Tampa?
yeah, Freeland's my dog. I used him in his first start. But then Tampa, they're another one that just scares me. It's like I don't know how to explain Tampa. They just do things they
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, Bettis was rocking through 4 last night, and then the wheels fell off. But back to your point about Snell, I think Tampa's got quite a few lefties as well here. So
So yeah,
I
no,
like your call on Keller.
I
I
mean
like
literally
Keller
everyone
today.
bets like 100 against him on that team. And like Kansas City, like they're pretty good fan base, so they'll be popping at home. Is there anything else you have on pitchers you want to talk about?
Nah, I just don't see how you can't play a stud today. The low end guys just stink.
Oh, you got to pick at least one, like 100%. If I can fit into, I will fit into.
Yeah, I know for sure.
All right, let's kick on over to catchers. Catcher is where I'm thinking I'm going to buy low to build up some money for other positions. Um, Dagger, tell me I'm a little choppy. That sucks.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
Um, Catcher's is cheap. Like the most expensive guy on the board is Posey at 4,000, and I'm probably skipping over him with that lineup and Ryu on the mound. So obviously, guys, I always like. I've been a big Ramos guy forever. Um, when whoever starts, I'm cool with you taking Gomes or Suzuki against Elfin. Again, that game though questionable about rain. Luckily, it's like the first game of the night. Another guy that I really like is Alfaro, just because
Mm-hmm.
Duke seems to get the job done, and this is just one of those matchups where Vargas is garbage. I could see like the Marlins just having one of their crazy good games. They put up like 8 to 10 runs. That's how bad he is. What do you
Yeah,
think,
that's my
Dagger?
guy. I like Alfaro a lot tonight. I don't really like playing anybody from Miami, but this might be a night where I kind of try to attack them for super cheap and double up with some pitchers on the top.
Exactly. He's only
Looking quick,
33.
yeah. I mean, I played him opening day. I didn't play him last night, and he crushed last night. He had another 2-hit game, I think. But he's a guy that can hit the ball to the yard, and if you get that 14 points out of the catcher spot, you're in great shape. Scrolling through pretty quick, the rookie for Toronto, Danny Jansen, he's got Cashner. He's 1 for 3 with a double in his career. I mean, it's a very, very small sample slate. He's only been up for a little while now, but Cashner's a guy that I really want to attack tonight. It's going to be super chalky to get Toronto guys, but Cashner is absolutely terrible at baseball. And then scrolling through, Sanchez is 3 for 5 in his career against Jordan Zimmerman with a double and a homer. And he's already got a few homers this year. So, I mean, his price is up, obviously. Is that Yankee game? Oh, the Yankee game's not even on the slate.
It's
What am
not
I
on
doing?
the slate. No,
All right, well then,
I was gonna let you finish.
yeah, no, it's good. I didn't know that was a 6 o'clock game. All right, well then, throw Sanchez out the window,
That's hilarious.
and yeah, that's really it. The catcher is such a tough position for me that I just try to keep it like a few guys every time out. Like I have a handful of 5 names that I really will only play those 5 names unless somebody's super hot.
Exactly. Yep. Amen. Like catcher's tough. I would rather buy low on catcher unless someone has like a phenomenal matchup.
The only really guy in a tournament game that I feel like you could take a shot on, and because he's had a good start and he's in a great lineup, is Austin Barnes. He's 3 for 12 against Bumgarner, but he's in a lineup that if they get rolling, they're just gonna pour it on, and he could get over 10. I try to
Mhm.
shoot for like 8 for my catcher, but anything over 10, I'm super excited with.
And I guess there was one more name I wrote down because he needs to get playing time. It's a little bit of a homer call, but it's unfortunate that Sale's like super anal about who his catcher is. So I'm sure they're going to keep Vasquez in tonight. But Swihart is so much better offensively. The offense sucks right now. Like the man needs at bats. He was playing great in the spring. He beat out Leon. Like if Swihart starts, someone take a shot on Swihart, please.
Yeah, Vasquez. I mean, he's what he is. He's gonna hit the ball to right field. He's gonna do little stuff, and he's gonna be defense first.
Only defense.
Yeah,
Um,
I like where we're going with this. There's a lot of good catchers tonight at reasonable prices.
it really is. You want to slide over to first base?
Yes, I do.
All right. You want to go first?
No, go ahead. I like rocking after you here. This is good.
Word. So a name I wrote right off the rip just because he's facing Cashner. He's a big power bat. Was Justin Smoke until I pulled up. He's 1 for 15 against Cashner. I was like, how?
Before you continue on, though, that 1 for 15, I have to go to it because last night Starlin Castro was 1 for 16 against Mats in his career. In the first at bat, he took him 430. So
I'm just saying, 1 for 15, man. 1 for 15 is 1 for 15. Even a blind
sometimes you
squirrel
got to
finds a
throw the
nut.
odds out the window.
You do, but not when you got other guys. Another
Yeah,
guy
for
that you
sure.
can't complain with, he's 4,200. CJ Crone from Minnesota. Dude's playing every day. Good average guy, can put the ball out. Again, Keller doesn't give up a lot of home runs, though. Encarnacion's another 4,200. I said 4,200 is a magic number today. Yuli Guerrera versus Shelby Miller, who is just trash and making his like first start in I don't know how long. Everyone's big on this Bryce McKinney dude from Toronto. If you want to take a shot at him for 3,800, I'm pretty sure that he can
Billy,
play. Oh yeah, wow, I don't know why I was thinking Bryce. Billy McKinney, thank you.
come on, man. That's a great name.
Billy, yeah. Facing Kastner, he's a lefty. They've had him batting towards the top of the lineup. Toronto just can't score runs, but they have to score runs today. Like, come on. And the other guy I wrote down, he's swinging a good bat. Their offense is sucking. Fires is just trash. If you want to do a Mitch Moreland play for 3,800, I'm cool with that. Dagger, what you thinking?
All right, so looking through pretty quick here, a couple interesting names. I keep coming back to Bumgarner tonight. All the righties with the Dodgers. David Freese is 8 for 17 in his career with 2 doubles, 2 homers. So for 3,600, he's a guy that I might really consider. Another guy I really like, and I know you like this guy, is Trey Mancini, and his for some reason he hits in the middle of a Baltimore lineup that sucks, but his price never goes up. He's 3,900 again, 5 for 10 in his career against Stroman. So if you're going to take a tournament shot, Trey Mancini is somebody you might consider. And there was one more guy. Um, I lost him now. Oh, DJ LeMahieu, that's who it is. So he has first base eligibility, and he's not even on the slate, so don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna. Trey Mancini, I had him written down with the outfielders just because outfield is like everyone's always like 4,100 or more that's worth anything. So I always have Trey usually as an outfield spot just to fill in one of those blanks and to fill in somewhere else. But great call on Trey. He's 5 for 10 against Stroman. He roped the Yankees at the end of the series. He's been roping against Toronto. I love Mancini, man. Like he's a great ball player on
He's
a terrible
all
team.
they have though. They,
Well, and
I
VR,
mean,
VR is not terrible.
yeah, but like they got nothing.
I know. If I'm any pitcher, just walk Mancini and just strike out everybody else for the love of God.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to attack that lineup another way. If you're gonna pay up, somebody that you really could take a shot on today is Votto. Votto against Chacin. I mean, Chacin was lights out opening day.
I'm
That
pretty sure
game's
that's
not.
not on the slate
Yeah,
either,
that's
but
not on the slate either. I'm doing good today. Keep rocking, Jimmy. You're doing great.
oh, you want to go on to second base?
Yeah, any games that are on the slate, I'd love to really keep going on.
All right, we're jumping over to second base. He's off to a slow start. It's 5,200, but Altuve, if you want to keep plugging in Altuve, he's eventually going to get hot. He's going to start banging. I think that they're going to absolutely destroy Miller. The ball flies in Arlington. Like someone on Astros is going to be roping today. Another guy I had written down. I have a lot of cheap plays actually written down for second base. VR was another guy I just mentioned. He's 4,100. Even though he's facing Stroman, I think he's like 3 for 6 in his career. It's a small sample size, but it still shows that he has success against them. Robinson Cano was god awful yesterday. I think he struck out 3 or 4 times, hit back to the pitcher. He's going to bounce back. He's a great player. He's facing Urena, he throws hard, but just has zero control, and dudes just rope him. If you want to plug in Cano, I got Castro written down again. Like I said, Vargas is terrible. Starlin Castro just eats up on dudes that are trash. I can see him hitting a couple doubles, doing something, a couple RBIs. And another guy I have written down is I played him last night, Kike Hernandez. He's only $3,900. I forget if he has multiple positions that he can be plugged into. No, just second base. No, he's just second. But he is 19 for 39 against Mad Bum. Right-handers just seem to do work against him. Obviously, the Dodgers see Mad Bum probably like 6 times a year, if not more. Anybody else you thinking at second base? I got a pretty small grouping for second base today.
I love Starlin Castro tonight. He's 3,700, and I know I mentioned him in the position before, but Vargas is terrible, and he's 3 for 10 with 3 doubles in his career, hit in the middle of the Miami lineup, which isn't great, but Vargas is trash. So I might really put a lot of stock into Castro. D Gordon, I know both of us are really high on D Gordon because of the stolen base, but he's been hitting ninth. And it's tough, but Seattle's been so good that he's getting 4 bats no matter what a game anyway. So
exactly.
I mean, he hits Cahill well. 3,900 seems to be a fair price between 37. I know you like 42 today, but you could kind of pay down on second baseman here today, and it'll be a position to help you out. I don't even want to mention this guy, but he's 3,800. He's playing in Boston's lineup, and that's my man Eduardo Nunez.
I was literally going to make.
And I know we both. Yeah, I know we both have terrible opinions. I mean, I know I definitely do. I think Nunez is a terrible ball player, but he's 4 for 8 in his career against Fires, and anybody that hits one of these big lineups, Houston, Boston, New York, Philly, they have a chance to sneak in at low sal and give you 10 plus. So
yeah, no, I literally was gonna just for haha say Nunez, just because let the record show Dagger hates maybe no ball player more than Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah, no, I think he's terrible. One more before you move on. If you're gonna pay up, Moustakas is 4,600. It's a big price, but
Milwaukee's not on it.
You're right. Moving on.
Third base. I did not have a lot of guys written down for third base. Obviously Bregman for 5,000. He's just teams are kind of pitching around him, taking their chances on everybody else. But like I said, he's in Arlington. Shelby Miller's gonna get rocked tonight. There's no way he doesn't.
He's trash.
Another guy I really liked was Rendon. But again, that game's looking like it's going to get rained out. Back to my $4,200 plays. Eduardo Escobar has started off really good to start the season. Again, he's that magical $4,200. Another guy, no one ever run. No, Arenado's down here at 40. He's only 4,100. I know he's facing Snell, but I just, you get a weird feeling sometimes about dudes versus studs. I could see Arenado just knocking one out, paying you right off the rip.
He was 3 for 4 last night too.
And the last guy I had written down is 3,900. I just do not like the plays at third base tonight. Was again Brian Anderson. He bats, I think, 4th in the Marlins lineup. Vargas is terrible. The fact that we've mentioned yeah, we've mentioned 3 Marlins out of the first 4 positions. So, what does that tell you?
I don't know.
What do you got for third base? Because again, I'm not big on third base.
Third base is a position that I'm probably gonna have to spend up to get what I want. I really like Anderson, and if I can fit him the way I want to build, I'm absolutely gonna send it. Granted, he is 0 for 5, but he's 0 for 5 with 4 Ks against Vargas, and I don't even care. There's a good chance he makes my lineup. Arenado is he's a monster, and 4,100 is kind of a joke. especially when you have to like pay up for a couple other positions.
It's almost
Like
like
Altuve is 1,100 more, and give me Arenado over Altuve any day. Another interesting guy, he had first base, and now I just saw third base, is David Freese again. If he makes it in the middle of that Dodgers lineup, he crushes Bumgarner. As far as like sneak plays, like you said, third base is a pretty tough spot. Matt Chapman against Sale is not even anything I like.
Yeah, no, it's just not worth taking the 2 versus Sale.
You have any interest in Justin Turner, 4,100 against Bumgarner?
No, you
4
can
homers.
go ahead, drop the stats real quick.
Yeah, 15 for 59 with 4 homers and 3 doubles. So
it's just something's wrong
like you
with
were
him. Like,
going to point before.
someone pointed out the Dodgers are on a. Everyone on the lineup has hit a home run now except like 2 guys, and Justin Turner's one of those guys randomly.
Yeah.
Like when Verdugo hit that pinch hit home run, it basically like made the stat, and everyone was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!"
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like Justin Turner's still hitting decent. He's just not hitting home runs." And obviously, everyone knows home runs are worth so much in this. Like, I try to pick dudes that I think are going to bang.
Yeah,
As in home
I
runs.
feel. One more. I want to move on, but the last guy I'm going to say is Zach Kozar at 3,700. I just happened to scroll up. He's facing Marco Gonzalez tonight, and he's 2 for 4 with a homer and a double. So
I saw that
small sample slate.
But he's batting like 120 on the year. They literally started Fletcher over him yesterday. Like,
I know, but he's an all-star, former all-star in Cincinnati.
Yep. All right, let's move on over to shortstop. You good?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
Did I
okay.
say something?
Yeah.
Did it lag? We're good. I'm rocking.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear you.
No, I didn't say nothing. I'm ready.
Starting right off the rip, he helped us cash the other day. Trey Turner is he's just unreal, man.
He's
He
a
hits home
machine.
run. He's not afraid to steal bases on anyone. Like, he just takes off. He's a great player. He's 4,900. If you want to spend up somewhere, I'm cool with you spending up for Trey. Again, we're sticking with the Astros. If you want to go Correa, I'm cool with that for 46. We already mentioned VR. I have a lot of cheap plays for shortstop. He's my dog, man. He's from the 413. He's playing really well. He's got another righty-lefty matchup today. If you want to take a shot at Nick Ahmed, go right ahead. I love Nick Ahmed. Again, I'm a homer. He's from the home area. Fernando Tatis is also only 3,900. He's playing against Greinke, and Greinke did not look good in his first start. Hit his first home run yesterday, Tatis, so he's starting to warm up. And Darrelton Simmons, he started off kind of rough to the year, but he is 8 for 18 against Gonzalez in his career. Another guy is Elvis Andrus. He is facing Verlander, but he's batting 481 through 27 at bats against him. So that's another good option. And one more guy I have, he is just hitting the cover off the ball. Like, everyone thought he was going to be one of those busts. I think he was drafted number 1 overall by the Rays forever ago. But Tim Beckham for the Mariners, who just seem to be raking everybody, is only 3,600.
He's a bum.
Like there's got to be a play. I love
He's
Tim
a
Beckham. I'm jumping on the train, man. He just keeps hitting.
He's a bum.
All right, give me your shortstops because
You took every shortstop that's ever had any type of offensive stat, but I guess I can pivot off of what you had.
They're all cheap though, except Trey.
Yeah, for sure. You were going down the line quick, and I personally won't play this player because I'm kind of a homer fan. But Marcus Semien is 4 for 12 with 2 homers in his career against Chris Sale. So
good stat.
3,500 salary you can spend down and pitch up on pitchers.
And he bats leadoff.
Yeah, and Oakland has a decent lineup. I mean, they're not terrible. I love Trey Turner tonight. I won't be playing Trey Turner because of 1, the weather, and 2, when the field's wet, I don't think Trey's going to be as apt to take bases. But on any other day, I'm all in on Trey Turner. I think he's one of the best shortstops in the game. I really, really, really like Andrelton Simmons tonight. Super fair price, 3,800. Absolutely crushes Gonzalez. Hits in the middle of an Angels lineup that is either hit or really, really miss. If you're going to spend up tonight, Carlos Correa kind of started hitting last night, and we love to attack Shelby Miller tonight because he's terrible. So if you're going to spend up, I think he's probably your best bet. And if you're going to spend down, I really, really like Tatis. That was a great call too. And I think it'll pay homage if we don't name Freddie Galvis, who is terrible in his career against Cashner. But
Yep, I wrote him down and crossed him off.
yeah, probably the only guy in the Toronto lineup that has more than one hit right now. So he paid his dues so far. Oh, wait, one more. Alberto Mondesi against Jose Barrios. I like it. Speed, that's why. Super high price. I don't think I'll pay that price, but if somebody's going to steal 3 bases tonight, it's going to be Mondesi.
That's cool. I like Barrios too much. I'm strictly, if I have a certain pitcher going, I do not pick players to face my pitcher. That's just how I am. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
yesterday,
saying he's going to tear him apart. I mean, he might hit
well,
2
I'm just
singles
saying,
and
just
steal 3
regardless.
bases.
I just cannot support someone against my pitcher when pitchers have to give you so many points.
Yep.
All right. You want to slide on over to outfield?
Already got it selected, buddy.
All right, that's my dog. Starting right off at the top, obviously Mike Trout is like the most expensive position player on the thing. He's 8 for 17 against Gonzalez. I'm still a little scared. I mean, me and Dagger are getting different calls about rain in Oakland. I'm sure the game's going to be fine, but it is supposed to rain like literally all day. But JD Martinez is 7 for 14 against Fires. And Martinez he's one of the few that's still ripping the cover off the ball right now for the Red Sox. It's been really tough to watch.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on the big stack in the whole Astros. So guys like Springer and Brantley is 4,500. Another guy I really like is Victor Robles for 4,200.
Robles.
I'm just gonna say Robles.
All right.
Robles. That's fine. Adam Eaton's only 4,100 again. That Nationals game isn't looking promising for weather-wise. Another guy that's just randomly, he's just hitting the cover off the ball. Malik Smith, he bats the leadoff for the Mariners, and the Mariners are just putting up crazy runs. Steals bases, does it all. If you want to take a shot on him at 4,100, outfield's always super priced. It's hard to find guys in the 3,000s. I had Trey Mancini written down for outfielders, even though you can plug him in at first as well. Herrera, fun fact, he's only 3,500, but he's 14 for 41. That's a 341 average against Scherzer in his career. But again, game's looking like it's getting rained out, so you're going to have to pay up a little bit for outfielders just because that's the way the game goes. What are you thinking for outfielders there, Dags?
I'm gonna move pretty quick through outfield because this is gonna be I'm gonna load up on outfield tonight. I'll probably go two monster pitchers and a lot of outfield. The one that you missed, and I don't know if you missed it for me or not, is you talked about Houston and you didn't mention that Josh Reddick is 5 for 6 in his career against Miller.
No, I knew that
So
was
he
your
absolutely
stat.
crushes. Yeah, no, he crushes Miller. I mean, I'm sure everyone tonight will crush Miller.
He's 4,200.
Yeah, he is. I love Trout tonight. If I can fit him, I'm gonna. I love Benintendi tonight. I know he's been pretty mediocre to start, but I mean, the Red Sox are going to wake up at some point, and why not against Mike Fiers, who's very mediocre? I'm going to just keep going through the studs real quick before I get to the. Tommy Pham against Freeland is another guy you could look at. He's 2 for 3 in his career with a homer. And then, like you said, I like Brantley and a couple other guys. But if I'm going to move down the list, Michael Conforto at 4,500 hits Urena very well at 7 for 19 clip. Couple doubles, couple homers. Toronto, we can continue to stack Toronto players. You got Grichuk over there. You got Teoscar Hernandez. You got Kevin Pillar, who's 6 for 13 with 3 doubles. So tonight's and they're all fair priced between 4,200 and around that area.
Mm-hmm.
A guy I'm in love with, and yet again, I'm going to probably get in trouble for trying to stack this game, is Lewis Brinson at 3,600. I was a pretty huge Brinson fan in his Milwaukee days, and then he got his chance to play in Miami. He's 1 for 4 career against Vargas, but, Vargas is terrible. Brinson is cheap. I like to play. And I don't want to keep rambling on here, but there's a lot of good plays. Where is it? There it is. Malik Smith. Yeah. 4,100. That was another guy I had. And Chris Davis is 2 for 15 in his career against Sale. So there's your Chris Davis stat because you can't not mention him because the guy hits a homer every night.
Dude's an animal. Like, it's just, you can't describe him.
Oh, I found the magic price, 4,200. You want to hear it? 16 for 60. 3 homers, a triple, 4 doubles. AJ Pollock, Madison Bumgarner. Love it.
Great
Played
stat.
Pollock last night against Drew Pomeranz, who is not a real baseball player. He's actually a fictional character, and Pollock was over 4. I mean, it's true, man. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that.
Yeah,
Drew Pomeranz
I
is a
hear you.
pitcher.
I hate Drew, man.
Yeah,
Garbage
he's
from
terrible.
Sox. Anything else you got for us today?
No, I mean we cover a lot of names pretty quick. I think we should do some plays of the night, Jimmy.
Plays in the night. How do you want to do this?
You can just name, somebody over, say 4,500, any position, and name like 2 or 3 players over 4,500 that you like to smash, and then a couple players under 4,000 that you think smash, and one player over 4,500 bust.
I'm gonna say my pitcher of the night is Berrios.
That's good. We can do that too.
That's my dog. Yeah, I'm just
Barrios.
Berrios. Yeah. Pitcher wise, like if I'm gonna pick someone, I'm probably going with him. He's been my dog last year, this year. I'm on a hot streak. I'm trying to cash 4 nights in a row now, so I feel like he's a great spot to start with that. For my batters, I have so many people just written down for like 4,200. So like I literally don't have that many expensive plays. I guess if I was going to pick someone, it's JD Martinez. I don't know if I'm going to fit him into my lineup, but I think he has a monster game. He's just, like I said, he's the only one crushing the ball for the Sox, and that's going to keep going. I guess for my cheap play, I feel like you gotta stick with Tim Beckham, 3,600. You're a fool if you don't take him. He's that
You
hot.
love Tim Beckham.
That's what I got for that. I'll be real. I wasn't prepared for the
That's okay. Sometimes you just gotta send it. All right. Marcus Stroman's probably going to be in my lineup tonight. I don't think I can fade him at home. Last year he's terrible on the road, and every time he pitched in Toronto, he just loves the energy, loves being there, and he's lights out. And I think I'll stack him with somebody that is big salary. Who I'm going to pay up on tonight is probably Mike Trout, and I know it sounds like the chalkiest play in the history of chalk plays, but
Not
if
really.
Mike Trout doesn't go 3 for 4 tonight with at least a homer against Gonzalez, like the Angels need to get rocking, and somebody needs to knock Seattle down after they just put a beating on the Red Sox. I think Seattle's like 7-1 right now. Like they're just mashing. And I don't think. What was that?
You're just killing everybody.
Yeah, I don't think Marco Gonzalez is a bad pitcher, and I don't think he might go out and just dominate tonight, and he might break the slate, but in a divisional matchup, it's like a divisional football matchup. You're going to see a good score and a good baseball game. For cheap, I have to name every single Miami Marlin. So give me any of them: Brinson, Castro, Alfaro, Anderson. Those are going to be my cheap guys. I'm gonna probably load up on them. And if I had to pick somebody that's going to struggle tonight as a big salary, it's probably going to be Jose Altuve, because he was terrible last night. And he just does not look like he's in baseball shape yet. He had that opening day homer that was mashed, and since then, I don't think he has hit.
I'm pretty sure he starts off.
Yeah, I mean, opening day he looked great though. He went 1 for 4, but he hit the ball hard and he had a homer. And ever since, he's just been bad.
Yeah, he always starts off slow, then he like goes on like a 4 for 5, 4 straight game tear, and he's back up to like 330, and he doesn't.
Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, I think I love the slate tonight. I think you could just absolutely. I think to take down a tournament tonight, you're going to need almost 220 points. I think. Like there's going to be some points put up tonight.
You think so? Even with all these studs pitching?
Well, that's the thing. Like if you can get 60 out of your 2 pitchers, if you hit it right, and then I think there's going to be homers galore in those other games.
60's tough at the beginning, just because dudes don't pitch enough innings.
Yeah, but this is where you want to. This is where this is the second rotation of opening day starters. So these guys, if they're cruising through like 6, they're gonna go 7. If they're cruising through 7, they're going 8, and if they can get there, they're gonna go.
Yeah, I understand.
It's not gonna be like a David Hess, where you got to take him out on a pitch count.
LOL. Poor
Feels bad, man.
All right then. Anything else you want to wrap up with us?
Plug it and let's get out of here.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Penny Pincher podcast. You're with Dagger and Jimmy J. Check us out on Twitter at Budget Baller DFS. We're going to start adding some more content to that when it comes to players and plays and updates. So start tuning into that. Check us out. We're trying to build up them followers. Let's bang tonight. I'm going for 4 nights in a row. And if you guys follow with us, I mean, we're hot right now, so keep tuning in. You guys have a great night. Dagger, any last words?
Leave a like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter. Just keep plugging us, guys. We're gonna push. That's what we do. We're here.
That's my dog. We'll catch you guys.